Welcome back everyone to Project JR, and today we're gonna play Project Cars 2. I'm gonna do a replica race of the Long Beach IMSA race that happened, I think it was closer to the beginning of the year. And today I'm gonna race in the Porsche 911 GTE car. This is gonna be a 10-lap race with a mandatory pit stop. And it's going to be a multiple class race with, I think it's with GTE cars and LMP2 cars. So enjoy. So we're going to start right at the back of the grid. So here we go, right behind the Corvette, and green lights, here we go. Okay, so we're passing a few cars here, 2 Corvettes, braking point through turn 1, trying to get turn 1 as smooth as possible. Here we go through the fountain. It's a bit clustered here, a lot of cars bunched up right behind the Ferrari. Ooh, going on the inside, Ferrari almost spinning out there, right, ooh. Braking so fast. Not too sure why the AI are like this, but anyway, let's carry on. So Long Beach is a very technical street circuit, and I actually quite enjoyed because it's very smooth and it's very fast, and you can get as close to the walls as you can, which makes for exciting racing. So here we go, right behind the 4GT. Not trying to get too happy through the last hairpin. So just to let everyone know that I have set the difficulty to, I think it's either 90 or 95. I'm not too confident on setting difficulty above 100. I'm not that good yet, so hopefully in the future races I can do that. So here we go, right behind the 4GT, coming around the fountain in first gear. This Porsche gets a bit too happy if you apply the accelerator a bit too early, and that was a close call to the wall. So you can see myself and the AI have very similar pace, so it's going to be very difficult to pass these guys. Here we're on board, still behind the 4GT. These 4GTs are super quick, braking at the 400 or 300 marker. Coming around these turns on the outside of the 4GT, and we pass him on the last corner. Through the gears, we are, I think it's an Aston Martin right in front of us. Trying to go as wide as possible to try and get as much speed through this first corner. Gearing down for the fountain. So we're approaching these guys really quickly. The Aston Martin isn't the fastest car, but it can be very stable through the corners. Braking at the 300 marker, looking on the inside, just trying to scheme a bit. Through this corner, try and get as close to the walls as possible. We are in the slipstream, getting a nice drive out of that corner on the inside of this Aston Martin. Braking very late, and we get that position. And we got another Aston Martin right in front of us. So here we go across the line, setting, that is my personal best, but I'm sure the race pace will increase throughout the race. Just climbing onto that curb. Trying to get a good exit through these corners. This corner is very tricky because you've got those tires, and you kind of have to avoid those tires when you drive out, but also try and get as close to the wall as possible. So it's a very tricky corner to get, but once you get it, it's amazing, and it's an amazing feeling. So here we go, right behind the Aston Martin, in his slipstream. We're gonna brake. We brake as late as possible on the inside, and we get that position. I think we tap him a bit on the front end, but that is a position secured. Now we're right behind the Ferrari. So I think we're gonna pit on lap 5, just so we can get a bit of clean air. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, lap 5. We are in P10. I think, yeah, P10. So this race, we're gonna come into the pit stop. I think we're gonna keep our tires because they're still nice and fresh. We're just gonna put a bit of fuel in, and then we're gonna be on our way. Coming through this corner, we are now right behind the Ferrari, going on the outside, leaving him a lot of room. Yeah, he keeps his position. So through the back, right behind him, the Ferrari, not the fastest car as well, braking at the 300 marker. So once we get past this car, or once we pit, we're gonna have a lot of open air, so then we can push, because our tires are still gonna be nice and warm. So here we go into the pit. The Ferrari carries on. Just checking my messages while during this pit stop. See if anyone messaged me, if anyone loves me. So this pit lane is quite long and tedious, to be honest. So here we turn into our pit box. Just a bit of fuel, and on our way we go. Our tires should still be warm. A few people coming to the pits. I think the LMP cars are mostly coming into the pits. And here we go, pit limiter off. Trying not to cross the line. There we go. So I think if the Ferrari pits on this lap, I think we might have a chance of winning this race. Moving on now in open air. Obviously the LMP2 cars are much faster, so they're gonna open up a gap between myself. So that leaves us a lot of open air for us to start pushing and to get those quick laps into the bag.
That's your fastest second sector so far. Great job. Keep it up.
So there's a fast car approaching us, LMP2 car. We just leave him a bit of a gap. There he goes through. Remember guys, always respect the faster car behind you. And there he goes into the pit. So that was kind of a useless pass for him. So I think the Ferrari went into the pit now, and we are now in first place in the GTE category. The LMP2 cars are much faster, so they're gonna be way ahead of us. So hopefully in the next races after this I can do a bit of tribute races. The tribute races mostly consist of me racing in these leagues like the IMSA, the WEC, the British GT series, just to replicate the races that are happening in the real life and that are happening in the real world. So hopefully these can be very consistent races that I bring out to the channel. Here we go across the line. Not too sure what lap we are on. I think it's lap 7 or 8. And we just set our personal best by 2/10. Here we go through the fountain. Such an amazing track. I really love this track. Very, very smooth, and we are up by 0.08 of a second in that first sector. So here we go through the back straight. We are 0.3 up now as we cross sector 2, braking at the 300 marker, trying to clip the curb as much as we can, trying not to get a penalty. Oh, there we go. Oh, we lose it a bit and we just clipped the wall there just before the last turn. Can we still get that personal best? Yes, we do. Yeah, we actually beat our personal best from the previous lap by 0.6, almost 0.7. So that's amazing stuff. This car has amazing pace. People really underestimate the Porsche GTE car, especially in the American series, like the IMSA series. So this Porsche is really strong. I think it doesn't have the top speed, but it does have the acceleration throughout the corners. So I think this is our 9th lap. A lot of clear air in front of us. I'm not too sure how far the rest of the pack is behind me, but I'm just going to keep my head down and push through this last corner. So we're going to come across the line to start our last lap, and I'm just going to keep quiet for a bit so you guys can enjoy the last lap.
Great job. That's your fastest final sector time so far.
So we're around the last corner on the straight, and we're gonna cross the line. And there we go. Amazing stuff. And that is 10th position and first place in the GTE class. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, and stay tuned for more action-packed videos and races coming out in the next few days. Cheers.